Hi everyone. I want to show you today how to play with an image like this. It's got a special feature. So this image, which I really like and appreciate, has this area up here that's way too, in my opinion, overexposed compared to the rest of the image. And the only problem is that if I go to exposure and I decrease the exposure and I bring this down to something I like, it makes the rest of the image too dark too. So it just kind of edits the whole image. So this is where, little trick, if you double click, you can bring things back to zero, where this new feature works for you. So let me explain. So I'm working on an iPad. Please do this with your iPad. And also you need to make sure that you are logged into the Creative Cloud for this to work. It doesn't work for people who are not logged into the cloud. This software is only available for those of us who have cloud accounts that we're logged into. So make sure you're logged into the cloud. So if you click on this little button right here, and it is available, I've noticed, on my phone as well, but I'm showing you on the iPad. And so I believe these icons on the phone are in the bottom, but just do it on your iPad so you're looking at the same thing. So I've just clicked there and a little plus comes up over here. So I'm going to click on that, and this is my selective edits option. So I have the option of making something with a brush, something with a radial gradient, and something with a linear gradient. So I'm going to start with the brush by clicking on it. And when I draw, you can see it's subtle, but there's like this little red kind of stuff that appears. And what this does is it's my way of telling the computer I am only going to have my edit work in that spot. So let me show you. If I go to light and go to exposure, notice that the rest of the image stays the same and this part gets darker. So I can mess with the exposure a little bit like that. Pretty cool. So that's one way to do this. Now, what's cool about this is I have this little edit right here. And if you see a square, that means that that's an edit and it's highlighted, and I can even move it around if I wanted to. So if I wanted to, I could come back into it and I could edit it. Like, so if I took it too far, if I wanted to add more to it, I could add some more with the brush. I could come in with the eraser tool and erase some of the areas that I've edited. It's pretty neat. It's like you can do this after the fact. And if I wanted to add another edit, so let's say that I wanted to do something down here. Let's say I wanted to make the colors down here more vivid. Well, this time I'm going to do a radial gradient, start in the middle, and you can see I'm pulling out. And I can make this, if I wanted to, more oval or more square, or not square, but more round. So I have something like that. So let's say I'm playing around with that and I'm messing with the exposure in this spot, but I'm also messing with, let's go down to color. And let's say I wanted to up the saturation. It only affects this edit. So this one is now highlighted, you can see. And if I change my mind, I could go back and edit this one again. So you can actually change things. And let's say you made another edit. I'm just going to add something here. So plus, this time I'll do a linear gradient. So it says drag on the photo to create a linear gradient. So I'm going to drag on the photo. You see I get a linear gradient like that. And I'm just going to add something here. So let's say I go back to contrast and make that higher like that. What's nice about this, again, it's I'm just working with this edit, but let's say I change my mind and said I don't really want that. I played around with it a little bit and I'm not really crazy about this particular edit. Who knows? So I can just take it and hit the trash, and that selective edit's gone. And when I'm done editing all this stuff, I can hit done down here in the bottom right hand corner, and I'm no longer selectively editing. So those edits have been changed, but now if I come in here and I continue to, again, mess with the image and play around with it, it's doing something to the whole image as well. And if I change my mind and I want to go back and mess with the selective edits, I can just go back and click on that, and there they are again. So I can click on it and do something after the fact. And when I'm done, I come over here and I can see there's my original and there's my current edits. And I can hit create version, and I can call this one, if I wanted to, whatever I want to. I'm just going to call it, I'll just call it edits. And I'm going to hit apply so that when I look at it in my camera roll, that's the image I'm going to see. So that is how you play with selective edits on the iPad. And I have to say it's a game changer because it doesn't make you have to handle editing the entire piece all at once. So give it a try.